We know quite a bit about blackface and the legacy of racial stereotypes it created and reinforced. Interestingly, there is a reversal of the term called whiteface. Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines whiteface as dead white facial makeup. If we apply a reversal to the idea of blackface, whiteface is a performance given by a person of color while wearing makeup to appear as if they are white. Blackface and whiteface performances provoke different feelings from observers and are not equal. Although the ideas are similar, blackface is repulsive to most people, while whiteface is a socially acceptable form of humor and entertainment. White men wearing blackface will forever be associated with a shameful period in American history that many attempt to ignore. On the flip side, black people have the cultural cachet to imitate white people for entertainment. There are three different ways whiteface can be analyzed since it is not a specific art form. The first way is when black people perform parodying, signifying, or appropriating whiteness satirically. The second way is when black people apply makeup to appear as a white person. The third way is when black people perform acting roles as black characters to roles that were traditionally white characters. First, let us examine how black people have parodied white people for entertainment. An early occurrence of appropriating whiteness for entertainment goes back to the cakewalk performed by enslaved people on plantations before the Civil War. The cakewalk was first called the prize walk. The prize was a grandiloquently decorated cake. The enslaved people would swagger along in a silly manner in imitation of whites and their formal dancing. Unaware of the satirical signifying, the slave master would reward the cake to the couple who performed the best. Other forms of parodying and signifying whiteness for entertainment have occurred in contemporary times with comedians like the late Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle, Eddie Griffin, Cat Williams, D.L. Hughley, and Chris Rock. These are some of the comedians known to perform white people be jokes.
All right, you ready? All right, okay.
These jokes often include the comedian changing their voice, speech, facial expressions, and movements in such a way to imitate white people satirically. White people be jokes are not just for laughs, but often pull from across the color line critical racial observations that facilitate a temporary sense of unification among black Americans.
White folks see a bear. Oh, a bear! Hey, Mr. Bear. No, I won't hurt you. You want some bread, bear? The bear looking like, bitch, don't you know I'm a bear? Hey, y'all wake up, we about to eat these white folk up. You know what I really want? One of them brothers I know, but they too fast.
The second way black people have used whiteness for entertainment is when black people apply makeup to appear white. One of the first known occurrences of a black actor playing a white man occurred before the Civil War. In New York, African-American actor James Hewlett starred in a performance as Richard III at the African Grove Theater during the 1820s. In 1898, Bob Cole appeared in whiteface in A Trip to Coontown, the first big musical written, produced, directed, and performed by blacks. In A Trip to Coontown, Bob Cole played the buffoonish character Willie Wayside. Bob Cole would transform into his white character by applying white makeup to his face and wearing a red wig. In the role of Whiteface hobo Willie Wayside, Cole became a star and even an advertising idol. Another early example is Arthur Wilson. In 1908, Wilson worked with the first legitimate black theater in the country, the Pecking Theater. Wilson earned the nickname Dooley from a whiteface impersonation of an Irishman singing Mr. Dooley. Another example is the 1970 film The Watermelon Man, in which Godfrey Cambridge plays a white man in whiteface who wakes up one morning to discover he is black. Eddie Murphy has appeared in whiteface several times over his career. Murphy's first appearance in whiteface was on NBC's Saturday Night Live in a skit entitled White Like Me. Murphy would later perform white characters in movies like Coming to America, Vampire in Brooklyn, and The Nutty Professor. Martin Lawrence played a white character named Bob for 2 episodes of The Martin Show. Many have forgotten the 1996 movie The Associate, starring Whoopi Goldberg. In The Associate, Goldberg plays an investment banker who decides to fool her competitors by changing her identity into that of a white man. The concepts in this movie challenge both racial and gender oppression. Marlon and Shawn Wayans achieved immense success with their 2004 comedy White Chicks. Upon release, White Chicks received negative reviews, but today, the film has come to be considered a cult classic. In 2014, Nick Cannon released his second studio debut album, White People Party Music, and created a white character named Connor Smallnut to promote it. His attempt to entertain using whiteness did not land well with many, and he generated a lot of backlash from both blacks and whites. In the 2018 underrated thriller Dragged Across Concrete, actors Tory Kittles and Michael Jai White appear in makeup as white people. Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele have mastered entertaining us with whiteness through their sketch comedy classic Key and Peele. These two transform into different white characters and never miss the mark to keep us laughing and engaged. There has been an occasion in which whiteness became weaponized and used as an attack on another person's blackness. Remember when Snoop Dogg lashed out at Kanye West for his vocal support for former President Trump? He photoshopped West to appear as if he was white and typed with the post, "The new Kanye, well, all white, way to go, dude." Ironically, Snoop Dogg put on whiteface in 2014, just years before, and posted content as a character named Todd. In other words, Snoop transformed into a white man to entertain us with whiteness, and later, he transformed Kanye into a white man to entertain us and simultaneously attack West's African heritage. The last point is when black people play black characters in traditional white roles. This issue does not incorporate imitating white appearance or behavior, but addresses a residual whiteness that remains after a traditional white character becomes replaced by a black actor. The residual whiteness, or the fact that the character used to be white, bothers conservatives. In 2022, Halle Bailey played Ariel in The Little Mermaid. Racist fans claimed that Ariel was supposed to be white. Soon after the release, the hashtag #NotMyAriel began to trend. Bailey said the backlash stung her. In 2024, the casting of Rachel Zegler as Snow White in the upcoming live-action movie has come with heavy criticism. Critics said Colombian-born Zegler, an exceptional singer and actress, does not have the skin as white as snow. Zegler tweeted, quote, "Yes, I am Snow White. No, I am not bleaching my skin for the role," end quote. She later deleted the tweet. Zendaya began to play Mary Jane in the 2017 Spider-Man Homecoming movie and the others that followed. In previous Spider-Man movies, Kirsten Dunst played the role of Mary Jane. Zendaya pushed back on the criticism and said she knew there would be outrage because people were not ready. She further stated, quote, "I don't know what America you live in, but from what I see when I walk outside my streets of New York right now, I see lots of diversity, and I see the real world, and it's beautiful, and that's what should be reflected, and that's what is reflected, so you're just going to have to get over it," end quote. Stan Lee supported her casting and pointed out that, quote, "In the Daredevil movie, the Kingpin, who had been white in the comics, was a black man playing the role, and he played it beautifully," end quote. In the 2015 Fantastic Four movie, Michael B. Jordan played Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, previously played by Chris Evans. The director, Josh Trank, said that he got death threats over the casting on the IMDb message boards. Lashonda Lynch played Nomi, the next 007 character in No Time to Die. Not only is Lynch black, she is also a woman. The 007 character James Bond has always been played by white men for several years. With a black woman now playing the role of 007, reactionary conservatives feel that this must be an attack on white people and the pushing of a woke agenda. Lynch's character is not the first black female character in the Bond franchise. In the 1985 movie A View to Kill, Grace Jones played the iconic character Mayday. In the 2002 movie Die Another Day, Halle Berry played Jinx. And in the 2012 Skyfall, Naomi Harris played Moneypenny. In conclusion, blackface and whiteface are not two sides of the same coin. The racial baggage attached to blackface makes it taboo and socially unacceptable in contemporary life. On the other hand, appropriating whiteness for entertainment is a safe zone of parody and satire. When people of color parody whiteness for satire or create whiteface stage characterizations, the pushback is minuscule. The real problem, for some, comes when black actors take on traditionally white roles.